I know it's been a while since we have connected, haha, via the computer, but I hope you're all doing amazing and you're enjoying all of the amazing things that are happening, not only with the fall weather, but also with real estate as well. So we're just waiting for a few of our Instagram individuals to pop on. But I'm so glad that I'm back. And some of you may have missed me. Some of you may have not. Some of you may have not have known that I was even gone, but now I'm here. I'm back. And we're going to be doing a lot of shows, especially for the holidays, as we know the holidays are coming up. And we want to be able to give back to the community as much as possible. So I'm going to be telling you and advising you, giving you information, however you want to say it, on lots of local events that are going to be happening for you and your family, your school, an organization that want to give back, support, or even attend. So hopefully all of you will take the opportunity over the next month and see what's happening out there in the lovely community of Orlando, or whether it's another town that you're in, Winter Garden, Claremont, Winter Park. There's a lot of things happening. So again, happy Wednesday. I wanted to jump in today, and for some reason, our Instagram is not coming on as much as I would like it to. I am going to go ahead and go though. So, I wanted to jump into a few things because the market, as we all know, has been really crazy right now. And people are going back and forth and asking questions. Is it a good time to sell? Is it a good time to buy? Are the home prices going to continue to go up? Are we going to hit bottom? You know what? If I had a crystal ball, I would so give you all of that information. But instead, you have me. You have me, you have my amazing expert team of friends and individuals and partners that I ask all this information to. And we've been pretty consistent with what we've been kind of advising all of you on, is that, sorry, I have an eyelash, nothing like live TV, is pretty much that we are starting to see a slowdown. And if you have friends in the real estate community, you're hearing them say, homes are staying on the market longer, prices are are starting to level out, which is a good thing for you as buyers, because I know a lot of you were getting agitated and stressed because you put in an offer and you'd be outbid by a cash offer, or you'd be outbid by 3 other offers that came in, or you'd show up at a house and it looked like a revolving door because 5 people were outside waiting as you're ready to go in. And that was because of the lack of inventory that we had as well. So over the next few 30 days here, we're starting to see those level off. Is it a great time to buy? Absolutely. The rates are still amazing, folks. The rates are great. And this is why the market is the way they are, is because these rates have been so good during the pandemic, and they've continued to stay good. They've allowed you, your friends, your family, and other individuals around the country the opportunity to afford a home, or even a bigger or better home than what they anticipated 1 or 2 years ago, because the rates are the way they are. I would highly, highly suggest, if you haven't spoke to and you're even considering doing anything like a purchase or a refinance, talk to one of your local lenders. If you have a friend, if you don't have someone, I'm happy to refer you some individuals, as you've met quite a few on the show over the last year, that can help guide you and just answer questions for you. No one is going to hound you and ask you and tell you have to do this, or be that salesperson that's consistently at you. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask it, because this is the time to ask all these questions. With end of the year, taxes coming up, homes the way they are, and rates the way they are, take advantage of every opportunity to ask your local experts and help them guide you in the right direction. Okay. So let's talk really quick about the housing market itself. Housing market, yes, it is leveling off. You're seeing houses stay on the market. An average right now has been consistent, about 7 to 12 days is what I just pulled off the Orlando regional. It was about 7 to 12 days has been the average, whereas before it was less. Are we seeing a lot of cash offers still? Yes, we are. We're still seeing a lot of cash offers, and we're still seeing multiple bids. But if you have a great agent, here I am. If you have someone that knows how to way to work the contract, works everything in your favor, you can win. So don't get discouraged. You can win. And if you don't, it wasn't the right house. Move on. Don't get too discouraged. I had a client. We wrote five offers. And by the fifth one, she was so discouraged. She's like, I'm done. We're never going to win. This isn't it. I really wanted that house. What are we going to do? And we took a 2 or 3 day break, didn't look at anything. I let her just hang out with her family, and we got back on. And literally that day, found a house. And yes, was one other bid, but we won it. And to this day, she says it was because it was the house that she was supposed to get. So I know a lot of positive energy like that. I try to always preach. Just believe in it, because the right house is there for you. Is it there today? No. Are you really wanting one today? Yes. Will it come? Yes. Houses are kind of becoming on the market. And so you just need to bear with the market. And if you are thinking about selling, the holidays are a great time to sell, folks. Don't get discouraged about the holidays. Think about you as a buyer going out to look at homes during the holiday season. They smell like the pine trees, or the pine scent. You might smell cookies. It's decorated with greenery. Maybe the tree is up, if there is a tree. It gives you that warm feeling of home. And it might really hit somebody hard with seeing it the way that it's decorated. And I know we always tell you declutter, take down family pictures, make it look as if anybody could walk in the home and live in it. But during the holidays, it'll really hit home with some of your buyers. And I've always told my clients that if you want to list and you're good with listing during the holidays, go for it. Because again, not too many people do list during the holidays. So your home could be one of the few that is seen and placed on not a bid, but an offer right away. So don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Holidays are good. Jump at it. If you're thinking about it, what have you got to lose? Your house is decorated every day. It smells good. It's clean. And then you're ready for your holiday guest. Yay. Bingo. So don't be afraid of listing during the holidays. What we're going to be seeing, from what I'm hearing from some of my experts, is that rates are slowly increasing. So it is not going to be a huge, massive jump, but it is going to be an increase where if you're now approved for a certain amount, let's say 250, and that was with a 3.25 interest rate, come January 1st, if it jumps up to 3.5, your purchase power may go down some, or you may have to come out of pocket. So you have to think about the fluctuations with the rate and what you're approved for. So if you've been approved and you're waiting to see if the housing market's going to crash, it's not going to crash. I think we've all experienced that, and our appraisers are trying to do their best with keeping everybody at a level price point, using comps. And they're also, the last few ones where I've had some issues, they've actually looked at the comps and the comparables that I've supplied to help make sure that the price points are right. Are they astronomical where I'm asking for $20,000 or $50,000 over asking price? No, I'm realistic. And that's the whole point about this, is being realistic with everything that you're searching, you're wanting, because we all know we want the champagne ball, and sometimes it's on what they say, a beer budget. So be realistic about everything that you're wanting and you're asking your agent for and your lender for. They're here to guide you. As I always have advised my clients, I want you to have the best, but I don't want you living on ramen noodles. I don't want you to be house poor. I want you to enjoy your home. I want you to live in it, and I want you to love it. And I want you to be able to experience everything that home ownership is. And it can be fun. It doesn't have to be stressful. So we want to make all those possibilities happen for you. And if it's not the right time to buy, it's not the right time to buy. You got to fit it into your budget, and you got to fit it into your life. And if it's not right now, who says that it won't be right come January 1st? So just be patient. Things are definitely going to happen on a positive for everybody in the housing market. And what I called today's show was the amazing house race, kind of like the Amazing Race that used to be on TV. The rush to find the house, the rush to put in a bid. If it's not there, don't push it. It will happen. Okay. Don't let it set you back in your mentality that I'll never find a house. Oh my gosh. That's not true. you'll find a house. You'll find the one, and you'll find the one that fits you, your budget, and what you need it to accomplish. Just be patient because it will come. Okay. Um, I can talk all day about real estate. I can answer questions whenever you guys need to, but I thought I would take it a different tone because I do have a lot of my friends who are agents that always watch, and I greatly appreciate all your support. Yay, thumbs up. And I also have other business professionals. So if you're not looking to buy real estate, I wanted to kind of shoot something out there for you to target for the new year and to think about, because we're always talking about best practices, and we're always talking about increasing our business, what we can do to be more socially present. I follow a really good social media. It's called Drunk on Social Media. And it's a gentleman that I've been following who mentors not only real estate agents, but business professionals all over the US. And they had some really good just best practices. And I try to follow those as best I can. And I'm sure all of you do as well. It's one of those things where it's thinking about it and then putting it into place. And how I work as an agent is when I'm selling a house or anything that I do, I think like a mom, I think like an investor, I think like a buyer, and I put it all together. And so that I think makes me one of the agents that are, there's many agents like us out there, but one of the ones that does actually genuinely put everything in place to make the best fit for you and your family. So let's put that into growing our business. And what better time? Why do you have to do it January 1st? Start putting the best practices forward now so that come January 1st, you're not like, oh, I still have to do this and that. And I have all these goals and agendas. BS. Start it now. Do it now. Set your goals. So some of the best practices, as we all know, Instagram and Facebook. So you can use some of these, and I'm just going to briefly go into it, write it, go into it, and you can jot down notes, ask questions. But again, they seem pretty basic. But again, sometimes we forget the basics. If you think about it, some of the easiest stuff we forget because we jump right to the hardest. Why? It's like, what was that? Work smarter, not harder. Or while you're sleeping, you should be making money while you're sleeping. Little things like that. So, best practices, number one, always tell a story. So, I know as a mom, not only as a real estate agent, my son's a dancer, my daughter is a horse jumper, my now husband is works his butt off, and he also does bodybuilding. So besides all that, I have so many stories I could tell that I could genuinely connect. And that's what we're talking about, is connecting with your audience. I could connect hopefully with quite a few people. Also, being a divorced woman, raising kids, there's so many opportunities to connect with your audience. So find the best stories. It doesn't always have to be the same thing. Oh, I want to sell a house. Oh, this is great. Da 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 da. Switch it up. There are days that I will post all about my daughter jumping, and I'm talking about horse jumping and the equestrian center she's at and posting pictures about horses. The next day may be about selling a house and best practices and renovation tips and flipping. The next day might be about my son who's dancing in LA. So I'm trying to connect with a number of people, but they always don't see the same thing. So tell your story and do it again, genuinely, and something that you enjoy. It's not coming across, oh, I need to do this and do that. And that's why my whole show is totally unscripted, except for a few notes that I have here on the side. Other than that, you get this every time you watch, because you never know. As you know, you never know, especially if you know me well enough. So, next one, know your brand. What are you talking about? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to build a massive following? Are you trying to have brand awareness? Are you trying to tell them about how amazing you are in real estate? Or is it just about you as a person and what you're trying to get across? You're trying to introduce yourself, make the introduction. This is who I am. This is why you need to start following me. Maintain visual consistency. Okay, so we've all been in business, either in real estate or another business profession. And all of our mentors and bosses, and probably even at some point in school, have always said, stay consistent. Be persistent, but in a consistent, good way. Don't be that pesky little person that calls every day and just ask, are you ready to buy? Are you ready to buy? Are you ready to buy? Because people are not. They're going to hang up on you and they're not going to want to talk to you. So during the pandemic, I started making all of my phone calls. And what I would do to be not only visually consistent, but on the phone consistent is just pick up the phone and say hi. How are you? How's the weather? Have you been outside? Have you had any new DoorDash or Uber Eats that you want to share? And it would be from people from all over the US. I would be calling. And by the end of that pandemic, well, not the end of the pandemic, but still, by this time, I probably could say I have about 15 of those clients that have now purchased homes and referred people to me because they just called to say hi. And now they know me, my kids, they know, hey, did you get married? Da da da. It becomes more of a relationship where those referrals become consistent. And with staying visual, it means doing this. And I've been a bad job on it. So I am going to be better because life does get in the way and things do happen. But I cannot take away from what I thoroughly enjoy. And this is being on this and creating my show. So visually consistent, set a time, set days, and even if it's 5 minutes, if it's a post, if it's this, be consistent with your efforts. Post quality and relevant content. Should I say anymore? Post consistently. I already hit that one. See, we're moving through this list right now, folks. Don't overpost. So you know you have those friends out there that post 5 to 8 times a day. And this is the best, is always the ones with all the million filters of everything going on. Okay, this is me. This is what I look like. If you saw me in the grocery store, besides having a mask on every so often, or anywhere else, this is me. So, yes, I post. Do I overpost? No. Do I post enough? No. And that's going to be one of my goals starting now is that I'm going to post more. Don't overpost. Don't post 6, 8 times a day. 1, 2 posts, go for it. Make it relevant. Use different keywords, hashtags, change it up. And that goes into that where appropriate hashtags and consistently posting all work together. So your hashtags should be somewhat relevant to what you're talking about. Whereas there's a few, maybe 3 that you always use, like Orlando real estate, home buying. And then I'll switch it up with horses, love horses, equestrian communities, or determination. But I switched them up so that different individuals see my consistent post. So think about that. So when you post about something that you genuinely know about, and post about something that you love, because it will come across. And then those hashtags, put it right with those posts. Okay, maximize use of your Instagram stories. So a recent study, I'm going to read this real quick. A recent study by Microsoft has found that the average human attention span has now dropped to 8 seconds from 12 seconds. So imagine when you do an Instagram story, you got 8 seconds to grab my attention and then flip into the next. Honestly, and now that I'm thinking about it, when I'm sitting on the couch and I'm going through stories, boom, 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 or you're going through your reels, how many seconds do you give it unless it really grabs your attention and you're laughing or it's something that's relevant to you? Then you sit and you watch it. But 8 seconds on the stories. With more and more people preferring the mobile, it's only logical for businesses to also optimize their contents and their strategies to better acclimate towards mobile platforms. So when you make your post, make sure that it's just not for your laptop, because a lot of people still do. Make sure that you can see it on your mobile phone, because that's where people are looking at it. And that's where sometimes it differentiates between the mobile and the laptop. And that's why when you go to search something, sometimes on your phone, it looks completely different than on your laptop because they don't have the platform to fit both of them. Okay. So it's easier to constantly engage your audience using stories, and is also more appealing medium for the younger generation. So us as real estate agents, think about, what is the average age for individuals buying homes? What is your average age group for individuals buying homes? Do you sell 55 and over communities more than anything? So maybe Instagram is not the best social media platform. Maybe Facebook is. Maybe letters are more of a platform for you than any social media. So think about the demographics that you're targeting. Think about them. Think about all of that and put that into play when you're just trying to figure out if LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok is another big one with the generation as well. So think about all those different platforms, how you can utilize them, how you can do it consistently. If you're going to do one, do it well, and then put it together. Create it so that they can see it on any of those platforms. Capitalize on on your collaborations. So here's one. One big advantage that Instagram offers is the ability to link up with various influencers and personalities. Yes, it is. I do know that because I do see both of my kids linking up with different individuals as influencers and personalities. Those collaborations on the platform is easier compared to others because of its simplicity, okay? It doesn't take too much to connect with these individuals, as we know. So when you're in there, like I know with my Facebook and different things like that, I'll tag some of my other individuals or business partners, and I'll make sure that I have, of course, permission, and I'll go through that. Branding can be more visible if you use those collaborations with those individuals or different influencers as well. Last but not least, stay cohesive, okay? The best thing you can do once you've pieced everything together is to make sure that you maintain consistency throughout the whole time and all of your activities. So, again, I think all of these pieced together will fit anybody in any business environment that I have hopefully been able to accomplish some of the best practices for Instagram, Facebook. But a lot of us forget about LinkedIn, and a lot of us forget about how to utilize that, because it's another whole group of individuals that you can target and also market to. So don't forget that platform as well, okay? There are different best practices. I'm sure that you can all Google online. They're very easy. But again, some of the easiest things we forget. So I just wanted to go over it real quickly just to have a little bit of something different today, and not always have to talk about real estate. So those are some great points. You can actually even give them to, if your kids are looking to start a business, point them that direction, because it's funny. My son and my daughter use their phone for everything. They have great laptops, but I think it's that generation that uses the phone for everything, like editing his videos, editing this, adding music. So learning how to do things on the laptop and on social media on your phone are two different keys that we need to make sure that is relayed when we do our consistency with our social media and being visually consistent with our presence. It's on both of them because it will appear and look differently. And that's why I do laptop, Facebook, Instagram over here. So it gives you a lot of opportunity to share and post throughout both of those platforms. Let's real quick talk about what's coming up. You've got all the holidays coming up. And for those of you that know my family very well, may have seen some fundraising that we're going to be doing that's going to be posted. And there's a lot of different events going on in the community. And I will make sure that I post those events on my Facebook and my Instagram for you to take advantage of if you'd like to help out, donate, especially around the holidays. We've picked a family this year that we're going to be helping, and we're going to be doing some great events. And lots of things are going to be happening on the Why Not with Lisa show this year and next year. We're going to have some great special guests. We're going to have a couple cast members from Survivor. So some of you know her as Mama C. She's a good friend of mine, and I am excited that she's going to come on and chit chat with us and just have another really good day without going full in on real estate, but just two professional women talking about what they've done. And this woman has done a lot. She's hilarious. So if those of you have know Survivor season 14, Mama C, she is going to come on, and we're going to bring her on at one time and do the show with us. And then we have a couple other really cool things in regards to the new year. I can't totally get into it, but if you've been watching my Facebook and Instagram, you see that I've been doing a lot over the last few weeks besides selling houses like crazy. So I'm going to wind down on this lovely Wednesday. I hope you all wind down on a Wednesday and have a great day. Don't forget some of your local great restaurants out there. You know, I love Johnny's. Gatlin Brewing is now open. If you're in downtown Orlando, check it out as well. So thank you all for always joining me, and take the time to check out my Facebook and Instagram over the next couple of days for certain posts for charities that you can also help out with and be part of for this holiday season. I hope you all have a wonderful day.